Hello, how are you doing today? We are getting together here on Thanksgiving Day. We are sitting around brainstorming how do we help others, and we were just moving into talking about content. How important it is to always be shooting content in building that brand.
Yeah.
So, guy that shoots content every day for a brand?
Yeah.
Tell us what these guys should want to know about building content.
Yeah, absolutely. These days, content matters a lot, whether it's super high quality in visual or even audio, or even whenever it comes to slicing up that video afterwards of putting something as simple as closed captioning on it. We talked about ads. 75% I think is the number of people listen and watch through ads with no volume. So we go into every bit of strategy of, you start talking about your pool business, that first 3 second matters. So we want to be able to capture the people's brains on exactly what's hitting them. And so content just transpands on defining what your brand is, creating, if it's a clothing company like I've started and built, we want to create a feeling. So whenever you put our clothes on, you're like, man, I'm a cool dude. That's kind of what we want. An outdoorsman, a cool dude, kind of Western. Yeah, where's the tobacco? Where's the cigarettes at? We want to do that. That's your next purchase after one of our hats is where's the Marlboro Reds. But
so what's the name of your company? What's the name of your brand?
Yeah, we started one called Out Yonder Company, which is outyondercompany.com. If you're looking for a hat for your son or yourself for Christmas, go grab one. There's 2 for 1 right now. Go get you one. But I mean, we told a lot of folks that our first thing is we're going to be a media company that sells hats. Because we didn't have a ranch, we didn't have anything. We would go hunt, we would do our stuff, and then we just started filming with ranch hands. We were like, we love cameras and doing this cool stuff. We're not cowboys by any means, but we sure love that way of life, so let's just go talk to the real ones and that are living in 200 square foot bunkhouses and training yearlings every day. So we went and talked to them every day and just started filming, and that content took off and people started associating us with, hey, these guys mess with the real dudes. There's no, they're not flooding on the jeans. They're not wearing skinny jeans. These dudes are messing with the real ones that are waking up every morning and clocking in. So that matters. It's what you said earlier, it's storytelling. And that's what it matters if it's pool business or whatever. And that's what we also help do here is analyze what content works for you. And it's not always going to be super high cinema. Sometimes it's an iPhone and making sure we're filming in the right ways, making sure the audio is good, making sure we're showing our before the backyard without the pool and now with the pool and what we did with that, or if it's landscaping or whatever. So
it's all about storytelling.
It's all about storytelling.
And the number one thing that we can all relate to is the number one series that's on TV right now. When you watch that series, you feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
It's storytelling. I believe I can see myself in that.
For sure.
It's great storytelling, whether it's a brand or a product, whatever it is you're doing. How can we use it? How can you feel it? You said when I have a hat company, when you put that hat on, you just want to feel good wearing that hat. When you put that shirt on, you want to feel good wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
And that's what building a brand is. It's storytelling, whether it's a TV series or whether it's a product.
Yeah.
And being able to make it feel good, make it a great thing, that's what you got to understand. Start shooting content.
Mm-hmm. Start shooting content, yeah.
Yeah.
It's as close to a visual customer experience journey as you can take anybody.
It is. Something you didn't know about either. I don't even know if you know about this. You might. With Meta, though, there's actually a metric they measure you on. It's called content fatigue. So you have a score. Like whenever, let's say you're running some ads and you just keep running the same ad, this thing's churning. It's doing really well. I've got several others that are churning as well. But this one I got a bad score on because I hadn't changed anything about the ad. Like it could be the text that's in the ad, but it could be the video or the image. So that's why it's so important to have multiple. Like always have fresh, because fresh content means Meta's going to reward you, and they're going to expand your reach, and the quality of that reach will increase as well, which means quality people for my business means they are going to buy from me, which is ultimately
how do you turn a click into money? How do you turn a click
with good content? a solid website that's following modern marketing practices with several CTAs, calls to action, and the right budget, and also the right data pre-audit that has, we've got to do some pre-analysis, right, to know what it's worth to click on, to advertise for this particular product in this market.
So to recap on that, you're going to pick a product, you're going to understand who your market is, you're going to put an engine in place to understand where you're spending your dollars to make sure you're not spending them incorrectly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you say audit. Audit means.
What I mean, yeah.
Audit means understand who your customer. That's right. Who's our customer? Who are we talking to? And make sure that if somebody's looking for product X, that's what they're looking for. If I'm going through here and I'm talking about buying Christmas presents and I want to buy my son a new rifle or I want to buy my son a new scope, all of a sudden those things that I'm talking about and that I'm Googling or looking up on somehow, they're coming up. The top brands are coming up.
Right.
And those are putting right there in your face. So, the companies that you can think of, they're doing a great job of this. Coca-Cola. Think about Coca-Cola and all the brands under Coca-Cola. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people call everything Coke. Mm-hmm. But they may be referring to as I need a Coke, but they may be referring to a Sprite or Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So think about these guys that are doing a great job and how they built their brand and how when you talk about a product, that product right off. You know how it tastes.
Right.
And how it feels and how it looks. Mm-hmm. Looks, taste, feels.
Yep.
Right? And so it's the same thing whether you're talking about any other product in any industry, and that's what we want to educate people because people just don't really understand how it works. How does that back office work? I didn't understand it, but once you start understanding it, then that's when you can turn clicks into money.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing today is we're just hanging out and we're talking about how do we help people, how do we turn clicks into money, mm-hmm. and how do we take companies that their revenue is thousands per day to millions per day. It doesn't sound crazy to say, am I going to spend $500 a day on ad spend or am I going to spend $80,000 a day on ad spend?
Right.
How does that come true? Well, when there's revenue behind it and it's 5X or 10X or 6X, whatever it is, I don't care how much I spend as long as the dollars are going into my checking account every day, right?
Exactly.
But how do we get there? How do we educate the audience on how to start?
Right.
Well, you can start by looking at companies that we've already done.
Yeah.
Look at companies that we started with on ground zero mm-hmm. and where we're at 30 days later and 60 days later. And you can research this stuff. And we're not saying things that we're just trying to create a sales pitch. We have action. Yep. We have action behind what we're doing and proof every day. So if you're wanting to change your company, you're wanting to transform your company, and you're ready, give us a like, give us a comment, reach out to us, and let's see if we can come help you guys change your industry.